feel like I'm all over the place when I'm trying to complete those sets. I know I'm crazy for trying to go for full video game sets, like the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Nintendo Gamecube, the Super Nintendo, and just so many others. But it's really fun when I check out these game stores because I never know what I might find. Like at Echo Base. This is an amazing video game and toy store in Virginia that you have to check out. So it's always crazy to find these Mad magazines. I feel like I don't see them very often. There is one that I do have, but this one right here, Pokémon, this is so crazy. It shows different ways to essentially kill Pikachu. Just so wild that they, had these back then. And then this one right here showing how people are mad over Super Mario Brothers. And just showing them right here. So cool. You see the Nintendo Entertainment System. I do have a copy. This right here is so wild too. I visited Grand Theft Auto Vice City and all I got was my head cut off. So just this like crazy art style. They did this with pretty much everything, whether it's video games, movies, and then of course The Simpsons. This one right here. In this issue, we mowed down The Simpsons and Total Recall. Just so crazy. You have Bart Simpson on here. These are just such throwbacks and just so wild to see. So I love running into these Street Fighter figures. Not only do they have these, in these little blister packs, but I absolutely love the artwork that is on these boxes. So one of these is like round one. You have this one as well, just all the different characters on the back. But this one right here is super special because look at those games on here. Just so cool. For Crash Bandicoot, you have Sonic the Hedgehog. Just such a throwback with a lot of these different toy lines. And these are just so cool to see. So right away, I was looking at their GameCube games. I had quite a few of them, but this one right here, this Monster Jam Maximum Destruction, this was a fun game back in the day. Just playing really any of these monster truck games. I used to play them on the PC. I would play them on the PlayStation 2. I would play them on the GameCube. I absolutely loved going to these different events. Right here, Gravedigger on the front. Just so cool. I would get like their autographs. Me and my brother, we would just play these games. We would have so much fun. And this one is pretty much so much going on because you have tons of these different arenas. You have all of these different cars. You get to unlock them as well. So these trucks are just massive, pretty insane. You have this rock and metal music and just really cool. Definitely a fun time, especially when you're like destroying things. So it says maximum damage, maximum power, maximum weapons, maximum performance. So I get it. There's tons of maximum destruction in this game, but definitely a fun one. Pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive, and really excited to add this into the collection. Now this Nintendo game was pretty inexpensive, and this is a very challenging game. This is Iron Tank, the Invasion of Normandy. So this one right here is super challenging. I feel like it's really hard. And, if you're not really too good at these types of games, maybe this one will be super difficult for you. Or maybe you remember it back in the day as being a very challenging game. But I'm really excited to play this game. So you get to go around with this tank. It's very intense. Definitely difficult, but still fun because you get to crush and destroy. You get to equip, just so much with these different ammunition. And you get to go around with these boss battles. Just super hard, and I feel like it's a very, very challenging game that, as you get the hang of it, you get a little bit better. So I'll have to mess around with this, maybe see if I can use, some cheats, and just see if this one gets even more fun the further that you play. And then I added a bunch of toys. They had tons of like cheap, inexpensive, like dollar toys, but they also had so many crazy toy lines. But these are just cool additions, these Burger King toys. We have Bubbles right here. Of course, more of the Powerpuff Girls. I had to add a couple different ones. that I did not have in the collection. And then even this cool, like, it's like a spongy material, but this is a SpongeBob SquarePants keychain. So these will go great upstairs in my collection. And I just love seeing the different variety that these stores have. Just so much when it comes to different toy lines, vintage, newer, and just a mix in between. Really cool to see. So I think I have the smaller one of these, but this is so cool to see in the original packaging. We have Bart Simpson. This is Talking Bart Simpson. Just classic here. Just this crazy look. All of this artwork on this box here. It says all of these different catchphrases. Just so wild to see. This is so cool. Definitely a throwback from 1990. And this like crazy like soft body and this like hard head. Just so cool to see this stuff. Now this one right here, I have heard great things about Faxanadoo. So this one says daggers and wing boots, mantras and monsters await you. So I've heard that this one is very similar to like the Legend of Zelda 2. So we also have a comparison of like Castlevania 2. But this one is a pretty fun game, especially when you know what you're doing. You know, this action adventure side scroller, you know, with these like different RPG elements. Definitely cool because people are saying you're like on a quest, you have this adventure that you're going on. You get to like upgrade your weapons, your shields, your armor, there are like potions, and there's just so much that you get to upgrade as you're going around. So I feel like this is one that maybe I'll have to dive in deeper and see if I need some sort of like manual or guidebook or something to like really dive into this game. Because I do want to give it a fair chance and eventually try this one out, especially since I've heard amazing things about it. So I want to know, have you played this game and what did you think about it? Now on the contrary, I've heard that this game right here is pretty terrible. So this one is Milon's Secret Castle. And I feel like you're kind of all over the place with this game. There's not really much in the like whole direction of what you need to do. At least it doesn't really reveal that. And you have bubbles to attack, so that's just so bizarre. Something a little bit different than what you normally see. And it is very difficult to navigate through this. It's rather confusing, and you just have to like travel to save the kingdom. But there are tons of items that you have to collect in this game, but there's really like no guidance. So I'm curious if anyone else has felt that way when they played this game, and what do they think? The person at the store, super nice, super helpful, but he told me his bad experiences with this game, so maybe that's what I'm thinking about when I'm seeing this one so far. So back in the day, I had so much when it comes to these Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I used to circle things off that I wanted for the holidays for my birthday, and all I got were gloves, but I absolutely wanted this back in the day, so this would have been so cool to have, just this like crazy posable mega-sized figure. Like 36 inches, just so crazy. I used to watch these movies. I watched the shows. I used to dress up like the Power Rangers, and it was so cool having all of those toys. But this right here is such a throwback, and it's so awesome to see because you only see like the little figures. You don't see these mega gigantic ones. This is so cool. Now on to more games. So this one right here is the Chessmaster, the ultimate chess partner, with 16 levels of play to instruct beginners and challenge grandmasters. So I do like this game as it has so many different difficulties if you are a beginner or if you are, you know, a little bit better at playing this. This one did come with the instructions, But as you get through this game and these different difficulties, it's kind of like the pace gets a lot slower, so I could see that being something of a downfall. But this is like so much jam-packed into this game. Now, I'm not really one into chess, so this one would really not entertain me at all, especially back in the day. I was more of a checkers person. I like that quick pace, and I just felt like I was better at some of those games. But I'm definitely curious if anyone likes this game or thought that they did a great job with the whole capacity of it on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And then this one right here, saved the best for last. Not really, this is World Games. This one doesn't really have much going on in the whole sound music department. And there are like these weird games on here. So of course you have like diving, you have these like sumo wrestlers, you have this whole like rodeo. It's just so much going on in this, and I feel like it just doesn't play the best, so I'm not going to waste my time on this. It does have a variety of sports. They're kind of like these mini games, and I just feel like it's just so different. Like, the diving from a cliff seems interesting, the barrel jump, you know, this log rolling, but skiing, you know, weightlifting, just things just don't seem the best. So I will probably not play this, and I'm curious if anyone else was stuck playing this game back in the day, and if you actually enjoyed all of these mini games, or did you prefer other sports titles? So I was definitely excited to stop back out here again. This is not my first time at this store, and each time that I come here, I find something else that I need. So last time I found tons of Super Nintendo games. They did have a nice variety. So I do like how their inventory is changing, and they do have a pretty cool amount of stuff there. And I love all of the different comics. They have, you know, arcades in the back. They have tons of toys. Just so many different toy lines, and it's really cool seeing what they like cram into this location. So I can't wait to go back again and see what they have next time. So this was definitely a fun time, and I want to know which game is your favorite from this lot here, and what should I be on the lookout for next? Let me know in the comments down below, and of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos, and stay tuned for more.